Today's gospel can make us think about a lot of things about families, but one thing that it made me think about was a question. Are our families like Jesus' family? Some families have an open door policy, just a way of being. Maybe some of you have this attitude that your door or your home is open to everyone. And to all who come in, you don't have to be a relative to feel like part of your family. In a sense, this is what Jesus is telling the people inside the house in today's gospel. Much like we might say, you're like a brother, or you're like a sister to a close friend, or like some of my Italian friends who call everyone close to their family cousins, and then you wonder who really are the cousins. What they're saying is, family isn't limited to those who are related by blood or who have married into the family. For Jesus says, whoever does the will of God is my brother and sister and mother. That's the requirement for membership in the family that Jesus is forming anew. Quite simply, to do the will of God. But did you notice, he does leave out father. And that is because though he does have a foster father in Joseph, he's making the point that it is God the Father's will, which is the meaning and the requirement to belong. This exchange between Jesus and everyone gathered, including his family outside the house, would have been shocking to hear in their time. And I'd say maybe even in our time too. You see, back then, family membership carried significant meaning and benefit. So to signal a new way of understanding the beginning and belonging of family would have made someone in that time, and perhaps ours too, ask some questions about priority. Same can be true for us. We might be hearing this gospel from Mark and realize that we need to focus more on doing the will of God than we're currently doing. Or we could find ourselves in a conflict between this gospel message and what some in our family are asking us to go along with just because we're in the same family. What Jesus helps us to see is that if we want to help our families to have the love and the unitedness that each one of us wishes, then we need to have the attitude of today's Psalm 40, which says, "Here I am, Lord, I come to do your will." As simple as this sounds, we know that at times it can be really challenging, especially in a tight or a close family, to say that God comes first. But if we want what's best for our families, God's way is the only way to begin. There can be some tough conversations. We know that. But if we want to begin by wanting to stay close to Jesus, like those people in that house, these conversations can in turn be the means to leading ourselves and our family members to a greater love for God and for each other. So I'd like to ask you to join me in thinking and praying today about something. Is your family part of Jesus' family? Is your family and my family committed to doing the will of God? It's an important place to begin. It's a great place to discuss and to pray with our family members. And if for some reason it's tense, we can always turn to Jesus. We can ask our Blessed Mother to help us to create a peace. We can pray together, as Father Peyton would call us to pray together, to not only stay together, but to find the peace beginning in our families that we can share with others in our world. May God bless you. May God protect you and your family members as we seek to do the will of God every day.